Hi guys, welcome back to 40 Plus Life, or welcome if you're new. I'm Veronica, and today I'm gonna show you all my different financial accounts that I have for 2022. So this is gonna be checking accounts, savings accounts, investment accounts, and all that good stuff. So I'm just gonna lump them all together, show you what I got, and that's it. So if you're interested, then please keep watching. All right, guys, you ready for this excitement? I know you guys are just dying to see this. Thought I'd change it up a little bit and just go over my different accounts that I have. And yeah, so we're just gonna go with that. But for right now, I'm just gonna write everything down so you can see what I've got. So I consider these all accounts that I have money in, that just any account that I have money in, either the ones that I can't touch, like 401k or Roth IRA, or savings, checkings, all that good stuff. So first things first, I have got my main checking account, okay? And this is at a credit union. So my main checking is credit union. Okay, and that is my main checking, and then I have a savings here as well. That's also at this credit union, and America First Credit Union, that's what it's called. That's the acronym or whatever. Okay, and then I have my secondary. Oh, I should also note, so my main checking is where probably about 80% of my bills come out of. So all that comes out of there. The savings account is just a very small account. I just keep a little bit in there because most of the stuff I like to keep on my online account. My secondary checking is where the other 20% of my bills come out of. So mostly the bigger stuff like my mortgage and my rent will come out of this. Okay. Secondary checking is also at a credit union, and that is Redwood Credit Union, okay? And then I also have a savings on there, which I consider this one to be more my main savings as opposed to this one. And that's because before I moved to Las Vegas, this was my main checking and savings account. And I decided to keep this. And so I have both. And this is also good because my tenants can just pay me directly through my account back home in California. So that actually works out great. Okay, so those are the two places where like all my bills and stuff comes out of: grocery shopping, my gas, all that kind of stuff. And then my next account is, I guess I'll call this my online. I'm just gonna put online account. It is a savings account, but this is where my emergency fund is. So in addition to my emergency fund, this is where I also have my online sinking funds. And that's when my envelopes get filled up to a certain amount, I will go ahead and deposit it into this account so it can just, accrue interest, and it's just not large amounts isn't sitting in my envelope when it could be accruing interest instead. So I have my emergency fund, my online sinking funds, which right now has my home repair envelope, and I think that's it, right? Oh, and my California envelope, which is the $1,000 that is for me to go back home to see my family for the holidays. That was a big one, so I was really happy about that. And then I have my taxes for my side hustle incomes are also in there. Okay, so that is my emergency fund, my online sinking funds, and then this is where I also keep any of my rental income funds and stuff like that. Okay, so there is that. So those are my three main, like the ones that I actually use the most, I would say. And then I also have my business account, which is my business checking and savings. So I'm just going to put checking and savings, and that is at, oh, I should put this as Ally. Okay, and then this one is at Capital One. So I used this previously for my old business, but since I don't do that business anymore, at least not full time like I used to, I decided to switch it over to just my side hustle income. So anything with 40 Plus Life that I'm doing, which is great. That's what I have. I haven't really made full use of it yet, but I will be. But I have the account, it's there. Okay, and then that I think wraps up any kind of bank accounts that I can actually touch and stuff like that. Everything else is stuff that I don't want to touch. So, okay, so then I've got my investment accounts. So these are going to be bank accounts, and these are going to be investment accounts. And so that is going to be stuff like Robinhood, M1 Finance, and Cash App. So those are what I use for investing, and the small investing, not including like the Roth and stuff like that. Okay, and then the next thing I have is, I'm just gonna go to another page. So the next stuff I guess would be called the long-term savings. And that is gonna be stuff like my 401k, and that is at JP Morgan. Okay, and this is a new development. I haven't had a 401k in years, so it's really nice to have that again. And then my other long-term savings would be my Roth IRA, my SEP IRA. I also have a traditional that I will be transferring over to my Roth at some point because that has like $50 in it, so I'd rather it just be in my Roth. Okay, and these are all at Vanguard. Okay, and that is going to be everything. So I do have smaller accounts, like I should say I do have a Coinbase account, so I do have very little bit in crypto. But I'm really not counting that right now because that's kind of just in the back burner. But I also have, I have a Chime account, I have Venmo, but that's not stuff that I'm like actively using. They're just kind of there. Especially Venmo, that's how my daughter pays me. So if money goes through there, a lot of times it'll sit there until I transfer it over into my bank account. So, but generally speaking, ones that I actually use where money is coming in and out all the time, or it is growing with investments or growing long term, these are what I have. So I love credit unions. I don't really like the big banks. My mortgage is through B of A, but that's the only thing that I use them for. Everything else I just love credit unions. So I do my credit unions there. I love Ally. So I've used Ally for years and years. So this is definitely my favorite. And back in the day, I think the percentage actually got up to like 2%, which was the highest ever. And that was amazing. And now obviously it's dropped down due to the pandemic. So we are down to 0.5%, which is still good when you compare it to, any bank accounts. I mean, even credit unions, they're nothing. Okay. So, and then my business account is just one I've had for years. So I just kept it and just changed it over for 40 Plus Life. And then Robinhood, M1 Finance, Cash App for investing. And then Vanguard is what I use for long-term, as well as JP Morgan for my 401k. So if you have any questions about any of those types of accounts, then yeah, please let me know. I am definitely by no means an expert. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what I use personally for myself. So just please make sure to do your own research to do what's best for you. And there we go. And that's going to be it. So this is going to be a nice, really nice, short and sweet video. But I do think you guys deserve a Japanese word of the day, so we are going to do it. This is a request from Shy, Mom Talks and Budget. So I was really happy to get a request. So if you guys have any requests for a word that you would like me to do in the word of the day, then just let me know. Okay, and this is the word for monkey because that happens to be Shy's favorite animal. So I was more than happy to go ahead and give her this. Now, you can actually say the word for monkey, which is monkey. Monkey. Long E sound at the end, not monkey, but monkey. Okay? Or another very popular common word is saru. Saru. And that's more of an ape. It can be an ape or a monkey. I think it can interchangeable for both, but you can also use monkey. Monkey or saru. Saru. All right, so there's your Japanese word of the day. There's some bank account information and information, like I'm giving you my bank account. That sounds awful. There's information on the types of bank accounts that I use for my financial purposes. And that will do it for this video. If you liked it, please do give a big thumbs up. Please do comment below. Let me know what you think. Please do also consider subscribing if you are new here. And that will do it. So you guys have a wonderful day. Remember to stay happy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Can someone tell me how this is even normal? Every single night. This kitty. Chester. He thinks he's a dog.